Hello everyone, this is Mumbo, welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 95 and we're currently over here in the new area that we have just recently created next to the Hermit's React minigame, and I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, I have really been enjoying working on these sorts of projects recently. I don't really know, I was thinking about this the other day. I was trying to work out why I'm loving building this stuff so much. I know that sounds like a really strange question, but I just wanted to try and suss out in my brain why it is that I'm just absolutely loving all of these Redstone projects recently. And I think the reason is because lately on Hermitcraft, okay, recently on Hermitcraft, we've been doing quite a lot of like big projects, things like the item transportation system, which once you come up with the initial idea and we designed the initial system, it wasn't necessarily grindy, but it was very same old, okay? We'd work out where the positions were, we'd then build a tunnel between those two positions, we'd create water streams and an item elevator, and that was it. And we did that a bunch of times, and then we had to do it back and forth, and it got a tiny bit boring, okay? I'm not going to say boring, okay, because that's quite a strong word, but it got a little bit tiring having to do that every now and again. Whereas this, doing all of this jungle run stuff, everything's new, okay? We're creating new systems every time, we're having to use the brain quite often, you know, try and suss out redstone problems, like for example this piston floor thing here, and obviously the React minigame that we did, and this thing over here, this lucky dip type thing. All of that involved really interesting redstone that I'd never really done before, and it involved engaging my brain quite a bit, which is something that I love. That's the reason that I love redstone. It's solving problems and things like that. Not necessarily mining out long tunnels that transport items everywhere, because after a while that does get a little bit tiring. Doing this is just awesome, and I'm absolutely loving it, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's been supporting me down in the comments, because you guys have been making the experience even better. So seriously, Hermitcraft is the bee's knees right now, and I'm just very excited to crack on with today's episode, so let's begin. Well, I spoke for a little bit longer than I thought I was going to there, but I just wanted to make you guys aware that you guys are really appreciated on this YouTube channel, okay? You have made my YouTube experience absolutely brilliant, and I just wanted to make you aware of that, basically. So we're going to be moving on from the thank yous now, because we've got some serious redstone action to do, okay? We can't be saying thank you all day, because we've got some work to do. Because, as you guys know, in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, we built this thing, which is the Hermit's React system. Then we also built this thing, which is this little hidden staircase here. Now what we need to do is we need to link up the point scoring system that is linked up to the Hermit's React system. We need to link that up to this so that it opens when the Hermit gets 3 points, but then it also needs to automatically close up and reset the point scoring system when the Hermit travels through onto the next stage. So it's a little bit complicated. It should be fairly involved with redstone, but I think we'll be able to do it just fine. So I'm going to crack on with that one, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So I think I've come up with a pretty decent solution to our little problem, and that is using this little circuit that you can see right here. Now this is known as an RS latch, and I'm going to try my best to explain to you how all of this works, probably to no avail. I have a feeling, in fact I'm fairly certain I've done a video explaining RS latches in quite a bit of detail, so if I remember I'll put a link to that down in the description. But essentially what an RS latch does is it takes an input from both sides of the circuit and it will give a solid output. Now, here goes. Alright, I'm going to try my best to explain this. So we're going to have an input on this side, that's from the pressure plate on the other side of the hidden staircase, and we're going to have an input on this side which comes out of the score unit. So when we get an output from the score unit, this item here that is inside this dropper will travel across to this dropper, meaning this comparator will turn off and the hidden staircase will drop down. It will open up, allowing the Hermit to pass through. But when the Hermit walks through, they will step on the pressure plate and that will push the item back across to this side, meaning that we will get an output and the entire staircase will close up. Now I know what you're thinking, why don't you just use a T flip-flop? Well, that is because if the Hermit steps on the pressure plate twice, this item will already be in this dropper right here, which means that it won't change the output again, it won't change it. So if the Hermit steps on the pressure plate on that side, despite the fact that the staircase is closed, the staircase won't change state, it won't open up because it's not supposed to. It will only open up if the input comes from this side. Now that makes absolutely no sense. I know I've made a massive mess of that explanation, but that is the logic behind this circuit, so now I just have to connect everything up. So one side is linked up, we've just got to run the other side with the pressure plate into that one, and you know what, I think I'm actually going to move this pressure plate here, because otherwise there's a chance that the Hermit will jump over it in excitement from completing the course, and they won't actually turn off the system and things. So we're going to have a redstone torch on the side of the pressure plate, because we are going to be running this into another redstone torch that is going to be going into here, which is going to be running up into our RS latch. Now this isn't part of the RS latch system, literally those two droppers there, that is the RS NOR latch. But because of all the redstone around here, I wanted to do it like this. So that's just going to go around like that. And you may notice straight away, look how slow my internet connection is being at the minute. The reason is because I'm currently in the process of uploading Thursday's episode of Hermitcraft while I'm recording Sunday's episode of Hermitcraft, which I know confuses quite a lot of people. But for those of you who've been on my channel for a while, you will know that I am big into my scheduling and getting things done nice and early. So yes, that's the way that I do things. But anyway, if we stand on this pressure plate here, good, okay, it's not changed state. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. I just wanted to make sure that that was going to be the case. And then if we were to simulate a win, so for example like this, let's see if it actually opens up the staircase. Okay, so it's opened up the staircase, and if we press the button again, so we simulate another win, good, the staircase isn't going to close up. And then if the hermit was to travel down through the stairs and walk on the pressure plate right here, good, okay, the staircase is closed, and we stand on it again, and it hasn't changed state. That is excellent. That's exactly what we wanted. The system is now working, and we've managed to link everything up using some fairly simple, very easy to build redstone logic. I like it. I love it when plans come together like that. Okay, so this room is now done. Look, we've got all of the decoration in. I redid the roof, and yeah, we don't have any holes or anything like that. It is all looking lovely, but one thing I will just say is that, yeah, these should probably be wood. I think that will look a lot better, so we'll just quickly do those on either side. Now, if you hadn't noticed already today, we're going to be having a relaxed episode of Hermitcraft. We're just going to be chilling out. We're going to be playing some games. Generally speaking, when I record Hermitcraft, you know, it's sort of work, busy, update. Today, I thought we would mix things up, and we're just going to have like a slightly more relaxed one, have a little bit of fun, and basically mess around with some redstone and some buildings. But anyway, what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd fully test out the system, and this is going to be really difficult to do with my internet being so slow. No, we didn't get that one. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do this because I'm so awful with my reactions in terms of the lights coming on. But I feel like it's just about fast enough for it to be difficult, but it's definitely not impossible. I'm just pretty rubbish at clicking on the buttons. Oh, come on, that must have been it. See, the only ones I ever get are the ones in the middle, so I think I might just concentrate. That was it. Surely not. Surely I managed to get that. This is making me a little bit concerned for the actual redstone here. Did we manage to get it up and working? Either that or I'm just rubbish. I think that might be the case. Okay, so I've got a new strategy, and that is camping the button, and as you can see, it has worked wonderfully. Yes, we just completed it. I managed to get myself 3 points. Now, I just want to point out that I do not want the hermits to do that, okay? Hermits, if you're watching this, please don't do that. Have fun with the game, but I really just wanted to make sure that the redstone was working, most importantly, but also that my internet was sort of functioning. Because, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about how slow my tick speed is at the minute. But anyway, yes, the staircase is opened up. And then, of course, when we walk over that pressure plate, that's going to close up. And it also turns off the game as well, which means it is fully reset for the next hermit to come along to start playing. So, anyway, as you can see here, we have now got a little corridor that takes us through into this area. This is where the next area is going to be, and it is looking rubbish. Yes, it is looking absolutely terrible. So we're going to be doing something about that in today's episode. A creeper! I was watching back the previous clip, trying to work out if I was actually hitting the buttons correctly. And a creeper's just come along and completely destroyed everything. I have no idea what did it even take out? I can't even remember what this thing looked like. Oh, what a mess. I think we can suss this out, actually. Yeah, it should be fine. Hopefully they haven't destroyed any of the logic. Otherwise, I'll be really upset. Okay, so it is progress update time. First off, fixed up all of the redstone despite that little creeper explosion there. That was very surprising. But also, as you can see, this is the new tunnel. So we have got the area coming from our Hermit's React area, and then that is going to come through here, and also we have got our luck-based game there. And what I thought I would do is I'm creating this little tunnel here, and it goes right next to all of the redstone for our lava pit thing, you know, the lava roof where you get pushed up into it. Yeah, all of the redstone is down there, and I have to say, it looks pretty impressive. I think I called this thing a redstone doomsday machine, and I'd say that's about correct because, yeah, it looks pretty crazy. So what I thought I would do is I thought I would put it on display in this little tunnel here. So what we're going to do is I am first off... Oh, no! I knew there was going to be something stopping me from doing that. Alright, we'll just replace those blocks there, and I'm just going to run the glass up to the ceiling. So then you can see right the way through, you can see all of the redstone, and basically any hermits that play the jungle run will walk past here and go, oh, cool, look, you can see inside there, see all of the inner mechanisms. I think that's pretty sweet, and it ends at around about here, and then of course we'll just continue on with a regular wall from this point, which I think is a nice design decision. I think it should end up looking pretty good. So a funny thing's just happened. I might actually be about to die from hunger. I completely forgot that the reason I went back to my base a couple minutes ago was to pick up some food, and now it looks like I'm down to one little meat thing. So this could end badly if I don't have anything in this chest. Fingers crossed. Rotten flesh. Oh, I suppose desperate times, desperate measures. Now that I've got myself some potatoes, I can reveal my brand spanking new tunnel. Look at this place. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with it. It's just a really cool detail to have this little window in here, because of course, you know, we can look inside, all the hermits can walk in. It's just a cool detail. Nice little thing to add into your builds. If you're considering doing something yourself, then it's a great idea, because as you can see, especially if your redstone circuit looks nice, alright? I've done all of my redstone on iron. Iron's a cool looking block. If I had done the entire thing on dirt, it probably would have looked a little bit rubbish. If I had done the entire thing on wool, then that would have looked absolutely amazing. But sadly, I don't tend to use wool in survival redstone. I always use coloured wool in my creative redstone, but when I'm doing things in survival, generally speaking, I've already planned it out beforehand in wool on a redstone testing world, so I don't really have to do that one. For anyone that's wondering why I use coloured wool, it allows you to keep your brain in order. You have different colours for different circuits and things. That's generally why I do it. But anyway, the tunnel is done. We're going to be moving on from beginner redstone and things like that. I'm not going to be explaining too much about that right now, because this is the room. And yeah, see, this doesn't look quite as good. This doesn't look quite as good as the tunnel. I'm almost considering, though, having something similar going on up here. Perhaps we could have, like, glass in between all of this, so that you can really see all of the redstone, or at least get a rough idea of what the redstone looks like. And perhaps we could put, like, a nice box around this redstone so that it looks cool from inside the room. Maybe that's an idea. Maybe we could have loads of exposed redstone, so we have glass. Oh, I like this. That's cool. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up these walls right the way up to the top, because you can see that these walls can go right the way up to the top there, and then we can just make our way around like this. And that wall there, yeah, we can just make it go round that block there, so that's absolutely fine. And basically, I'm just going to create like an upper area where we can also look up and see all of the redstone. So this is going to be like a redstone expose area that will give the hermits a nice look at the underside of all of the redstone. And what's just happened? I'm not touching my keyboard at the minute. I've got a crazy key. Alright, this might make things a little bit more difficult. Wow, this is strange. This has never happened before. I have no idea what to do right now. The wall is going in. As you can see, I'm using stone slabs once again, which I know is going to inspire some comments saying that I only use half slabs. I think my stats actually say that I use more iron than half slabs, which isn't surprising. But as you can see, I've made a tiny bit of progress here, and I'll head inside the area in just a couple seconds. But there we go, that is everything. So, here is my plan. Now, first off, from the inside, you can see that it actually looks really cool. I like the way that it looks quite a bit. I've just discovered something, though, and that is the fact that I've actually set this room up incorrectly. Damn it! I knew that there was something off about the proportions. I could tell from that wall there. But the way that we're going to have this look is I'm going to have redstone lamps in the walls. That they are just going to be for lighting. And then we're going to have the exit for the room on this side. This is literally just like an interim room that the hermits are going to enter. And so far, so good. I think it looks pretty nice. It's a bit of a strange decoration technique. We are using quite a lot of stone slabs here, and we're using this oak wood as the decoration mostly for all of the walls and also the floor as well. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the central floor section, because I have a feeling if I do stone slabs for that as well, then that might be a little bit too much, so I'll probably go for oak wood instead. But it's coming together quite nicely. I just have to clean things up a little bit. So this room is tending towards completion now. We've got all of the redstone lamps in. We have got pretty much all of the floor in. I'm just in the process of finishing all of that up. We'll see how this looks with the oak wood flooring. I think it will look okay. I think it will look pretty good. But, you know, I know I say this pretty much every single episode, but I'm never particularly comfortable with building. But I have to say, I'm really happy with this tunnel. I think this tunnel looks excellent. This little area here, It's not bad. It's not bad. It looks okay, so that's cool. One thing that I have just thought, though, is that that piston there, that is going to destroy that wall. So whereabouts is that piston? There. Okay, because that would have broken all of the redstone, so that's good. It's good that we found that out before we started using the system, because that would have been a little bit silly, so we'll fill in that area there. Right, okay, hopefully that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, you can't even see it, so that's alright. So, yep, I'm just basically looking around to make sure that that piston faces in the other direction, so that's absolutely fine. So we're okay there. Now, one thing that I am thinking is, should we have a roof? Should we put slabs over all of these randomizer bits as well? Just give it a slightly more enclosed feel, maybe, because at the minute, you know, we can see right the way out, and it's not the prettiest thing in the world. I think that might be an idea, but also the exit for this room. Obviously, the exit is going to be over here, so we're just going to be matching that up with this other side. This is, of course, going to be entering into the new section, the new area that we're going to be building. Now, I have absolutely no idea what that new area is going to consist of. I have no idea what game it is going to be in there. It's going to be another skill-based game, I would assume. One thing that I really want to do, I want to do archery. Like, I want to have, like, an archery type room, so maybe that could be that. In fact, that sounds like a good... I think it will probably be an archery room, which means it's going to have to be fairly large. But that's the plan at the minute. So we're going to be moving on from this area here and onto the next section. But we're not going to be doing that in today's episode. Today's episode is going to be finishing up everything in here and also sprucing up the rest of the jungle run. But first off, yeah, I think I'm going to put a roof on this place. I think that will look a lot better. Right, well, wooden slabs looks absolutely terrible. That's completely disgusting. Really horrible to look at. So we're going to be removing those. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to look any good. I'll try the same with stone slabs, I suppose. Maybe I should give it a little bit more space. Having it that closed in was a little bit much. Perhaps we'll raise it up a layer or two. Yeah, I'll give that a shot. Alright, that is a little bit more like it. I apologise if you can hear some creaking in the background. I think something's gone wrong. You know my crazy, like, spaceship dentist chair? I don't know if you can hear. It's stopped creaking now. It keeps creaking. It's a little bit frustrating. Every time I finish recording, I tend to, like, lean back and then it creaks towards the end of the recording. So that's something that I'm going to have to stop doing. But anyway, that aside, okay, crazy dentist chair aside, check out the roof. The roof is actually looking a little bit better. There are a few gaps and things, but that's because the redstone's on top of those blocks. And I think it looks really good. I think it actually looks really good. We're going to have to fill in this area, but I ran out of stone slabs. It seems, though, I do have quite a lot of stone. So I'll quickly make myself a crafting bench. And then I suppose we can just craft these up straight away. In fact, if I remember correctly, no, I did not put a crafting bench in here. Damn, I thought I had. But yeah, I'll quickly craft these guys up, and I'll chuck those down in my inventory. Cool, okay, I think we've got plenty of that now. So I think it looks okay. It looks a little bit better than it did beforehand. It definitely looks better than the wooden slabs. There's no doubt about it. Those things looked absolutely terrible. They were really disgusting. So thankfully they're all gone. I should probably light this place up as well a little bit. Make sure that they're symmetrical, otherwise people will go crazy. But yeah, it definitely looks pretty good. I think it's cool. It's a nice little roof that we have going on in this room. So that is everything finished. Should I leave that gap there? Or should I fill in this area? I think I'm going to fill in this area with stone slabs as well. I don't really know. This is the thing. There's gaps where redstone should be. I have a feeling that that might look a little bit silly, leaving in all the gaps. But then again, I'm sure the hermits will, A, not really notice particularly, but B, most importantly, understand that there is in fact redstone there, and understand that there has to sort of be a gap. Have we just run out? No, good, okay. Let's check. Okay, yeah, that looks fantastic. Awesome. Right, this room is looking absolutely epic. We need to fill in that gap on that side there, which can be easily done just like that. But that looks really good. I'm so glad about this. Awesome. Okay, so this room is all done and dusted. We have got the exit for the room. We've got the roof of the room. We have got all of this area here. We have connected up the hidden staircase up to the redstone underneath the build as well. And yeah, we have basically done everything to do with the current jungle run in today's episode. We finished everything up. I'm pretty happy with it at the minute. As I say, we are going to be moving on to the next section in the next episode, which I'm very excited for, and it's probably going to be an archery one. Ever since I said that, okay, that was an idea that literally just popped into my brain, and then I thought to myself, you know what? That sounds pretty cool. That would be a pretty fun game. So that's definitely what we're going to be doing at some point. I don't know whether it will be in the next episode, but it will be some point in the near future. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed today's slightly more relaxed episode of Hermitcraft. It's just been more chilled out. We haven't done too many insane builds. We haven't done any crazy progress updates or time lapses or anything like that. It's just been me sitting in front of my computer, doing a little bit of chatting while doing a little building. And I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun today, so I hope you've had fun as well. If you have, please let me know by hitting that like button. And if you've really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.